Welcome to SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. Industries worried over 57% hike in freight forwarding charges. BGMEA demanded increased charges be withdrawn. New prices of essential commodities will be announced within the next 7 days, said Commerce Minister. Movement of BNP cannot be suppressed even by attacks at Fokru countrywide assembly on Sunday. The Bangladesh Freight Forwarders Association hiked forwarding charges by Taka 2,000 to Taka 5,500 for each import bill effective from 1st September, citing the recent increase in fuel prices. A whopping 57% increase in freight forwarding charge will cause an additional burden on importers in the country to tune of Taka 546 crore annually, traders say. While local consumers will actually bear the brunt of the hike charge, exporters fear losing competitive edge as passing the extra cost on foreign buyers will not be easy for them given the slowing trend in export demand, according to business people. Defending the increase, the Freight Forwarders Association argued that the charge, dubbed as Destination Service Charge, remained unchanged since 2014. The sudden decision comes as a fresh blow to industries that export finished goods after importing raw materials such as ready-made RMG sector, putting them at risk of losing market share because of a rise in production cost. BGMEA has demanded that the decision to increase forwarding charges be withdrawn. The trade body has already written to Chattogram Port, the National Board of Revenue, the Ministry of Shipping, President of Freight Forwarders Association and the Commissioner of the Chattogram Customs House in this regard. The government will set the prices of 9 essential commodities in the country in accordance with the world market, and the new prices will be announced in the next 7 days, said Commerce Minister Tipu Munshi. The minister said while talking to reporters at the National Press Club on Friday. The retail prices of rice, egg, cement, rod, edible oil, sugar, flour, onion and lentils will be capped by the government on the basis of global price movement and local market supplies, the minister added. Earlier speaking as the chief guest at the 16th biannual conference on the National Garment Workers Federation, Tipu Munshi said that considering the global economic situation, garment workers demanding salary hike is logical as the prices of daily commodities have increased. He said that the value of sweat of workers is not less than the value of blood. The garment sector has reached its present position today due to the sincere efforts of the workers and owners. The interests of both workers and owners need to be ensured. For this, it is necessary to ensure that fair wages of the workers as well as the appropriate price of the products. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party (BNP) has announced a nationwide assembly across the country on Sunday to protest the attack on a party program in Mirpur. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir made the announcement on Friday on a media call in Gulshan. Fakhrul said that the protest assembly will be held at every district and upazila level, including Dhaka Metropolis, on 18 September Sunday. A demonstration will also be held in front of the party's central office in Noyapaltan at 3 p.m. The BNP Secretary General further added that the people of the country want change. Therefore, the movement of BNP cannot be suppressed even by attacks, cases, arrest, killings and torture, he added. Dhaka Metropolitan North BNP Convener Amanullah Aman, Dhaka Metropolitan South BNP Convener Abdus Salam, North BNP Member Secretary Aminul Haq, South BNP Member Secretary Rafiqul Alam Monju and others were also present at the press conference. Barrister Abul Hasnat, the first mayor of Dhaka City Corporation and a founding member of BNP, passed away on Friday at his residence in London. He was 82. Hasnat breathed his last around 5 a.m. local time due to old age complications, and his son Rajiv Hasnat has said. He left behind his wife Nasreen Begum, a son and a daughter. Hasnat, a senior Supreme Court lawyer, went to the UK in 2019 but could not return due to COVID pandemic. He served as the first mayor of Dhaka City Corporation during 1977 to 82 and again in 1990. He was a founding member of the BNP Standing Committee. He also served as the Minister of Housing and Public Works in the cabinet of President Justice Abdul Sattar and Hussain Mohammad Ershad. He joined the Jatiya Party in 1990 and was elected to Parliament from Dhaka 9 seat in by-election as a candidate of the Jatiya Party. He returned to BNP after Ershad was overthrown in 1990. A Shabak League leader was hacked to death allegedly by silence in Alamdanga Upazila of Chuadanga on Friday. The deceased was identified as Imran Hussain, a resident of the municipality. He was the General Secretary of the Alamdanga Municipal Unit of the League. The silence killed Imran over past enmity while he was heading for work at 11 a.m., said Saiful Islam, officer in charge of Alamdanga Police Station. Later, he was rushed to Kushtia General Hospital, where doctors declared him dead on arrival. Efforts are on to nab the killers after identifying them, said the OC. Viewers are taking a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. Now news from abroad. Ukrainian authorities found a mass grave containing 440 bodies in the northeastern town of Izium that was recaptured from Russian forces days ago, officials said, including some people killed by shelling and airstrikes. Thousands of Russian troops fled Izium last weekend after occupying the city and using it as a logistic hub in the Kharkiv region. They left behind large amounts of ammunition and equipment. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who visited Izium on Wednesday, compared the discovery to alleged war crimes by Russian forces against civilians in Busha, the outskirts of the capital Kiev, in the early stages of war. Russia is leaving death behind it everywhere and must be held responsible, Zelensky said in a video address late on Thursday. Russia has denied targeting civilians or committing war crimes. King Charles III heads to Wales Friday for the last of his visit to the four nations of the United Kingdom as preparations for the Queen's state funeral gather pace, with queues to view the coffin of Queen Elizabeth II lying in a state reaching over 4 miles long. Charles and his three siblings, Princess Anne, Princess Andrew and Princess Edward, were due to hold a family vigil in front of the coffin. The so-called vigil of the princes, with all four royals in ceremonial military uniform, will last for 15 minutes from 18:30 GMT. British officials on Thursday pledged a fitting tribute to the Queen, who died last Thursday at the age of 96 after a record-breaking 70 years on the throne. Her death has triggered an outpouring of emotion, with tens of thousands queuing for hours to pay their respect to the late monarch. Charles, until last week the longest-serving Prince of Wales in history, was due to fly by helicopter to Cardiff early on Friday. A U.S. judge on Thursday refused to let the Justice Department immediately resume reviewing classified records seized by the FBI from Donald Trump's Florida estate in an ongoing criminal investigation, siding with the former president. Federal Judge Aileen Cannon also appointed Senior District Judge Raymond as a third party to review records seized by the FBI for materials that could be privileged and kept from federal investigators. The Justice Department has promised to take the case to an appeals court, and Cannon ruled against the request. They also sought to block the independent arbiter from vetting the roughly 100 classified documents included among the 11,000 records gathered in the court-approved August 8 search. A Justice Department spokesperson and Trump's attorneys did not immediately return requests for comment. Flooding in Sudan has killed at least 134 people and destroyed tens of thousands of homes in the Northeast African country's ongoing wet season, police said on Thursday. The National Council for Civil Defense said that floods have killed a total of 134 people, left 130 others injured, and destroyed more than 128,000 homes so far this wet season. Water can be seen engulfing villages and roads in footages of flooding aired on state television. People have taken shelter under makeshift tents made from tattered fabrics after the flood waters washed away mud brick homes. Now sports news. Sabina Khatun slotted a hat-trick as Bangladesh stormed into the final of the SAFF Women's Championship with a massive 8-0 win over Bhutan in the first semi-final at Kathmandu, Nepal today. It happens to be the second final berth for Bangladesh, who has before played the final during the fourth edition of the regional women's football extravaganza in 2016. The women in red and green will now play the final against the winners between Nepal and India on September 19. Bangladesh exposed Bhutan's high backline time and again net goals one after another, despite Bhutan's captain Pema Chodron Sherang having vowed to give Bangladesh some tough time on the ground. Midlife Maria Manda and Monica Chakma played tremendously to release through balls relentlessly, capitalizing on the space behind the high backline of Bhutan, and Bangladesh forwards grabbed the opportunities on a rain-soaked pitch on the Dasharat Rangsala Stadium.
Interception, Samsunahar. Ramro change the pace, Samsunahar. Again, Ramro attack here. Sabina, Royal Kovasar, goal gonna suffer.
Before ending, we go to the headlines again. Industry worried over 57% hike in freight forwarding charges. BGMA demanded increased charges be withdrawn. New prices of essential commodities will be announced within the next 7 days, said Commerce Minister. Movement of BNP cannot be suppressed even by attacks, said for full countrywide assembly on Sunday. You're up to date so far here on SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satvtv.tv. Stay with SATV.